Chocks and Chockets, and then in between, Chocobird here for another video review. It's a very special one. It's the Moser Roth White Chocolate Lovers Duo Egg. Yeah, plastic free, it says there, plastic free, but look at that, that looks like plastic, doesn't it? But we'll come to that, But look at it, looks very interesting take on an Easter egg. It's obviously, well, it's sort of, it comes across as egg-shaped sort of to an extent, obviously with an Easter egg in mind, but clearly not quite an egg in the traditional sense, but I like that. Yeah, and what's it say at the bottom? Belgian white chocolate with lemon and blueberry crunch paired with blonde chocolate with French feuilletine, I think feuilletine, I'm not sure you'd say that, and smoked salt. So yeah, so basically a salted caramel half in blonde chocolate with a lemon and blueberry white chocolate one. So very interesting. Yeah, it looks very indulgent, doesn't it? It looks very nice. I think you'd say perhaps close up it might not look quite as premium as it does at a distance. I'm not sure, but I think that's been a bit harsh. And I think a lot of Easter eggs do tend to look a bit, you know, when you look at the seams of them and things where they're joined together and stuff like that. But you can see a bit down the middle where it's, you know, not quite smooth. You can see that little white chocolate bit sticking up a bit. But I think that's been a bit harsh, that. Yes, it's Moser Roth basically. It's Aldi's sort of own brand range of stuff. I think this looks really good. You know, it wasn't too expensive either. And I think there's lots of different kinds. Well, about 3 different kinds of this kind of egg. Yeah, it looks really really interesting, really different. You know what I mean? I think they've done a really good job. Now I mentioned about the plastic as well. You can see here, plastic free wood fibre window. It says we continue to reduce the plastic we use. This pack uses a wood fibre window, so after enjoying this luxurious treat, you can put the whole box into your paper mix recycling. So that's really good, isn't it? I mean, you know, I quite like that. I mean, you know, and as I say, this wasn't that expensive a product. I mean, quite expensive as far as Aldi's concerned, but I think about £5 or something, but I can't quite recall now. But either way, you know, really good, that, really interesting, and it's, I like the way they've done that, yeah. And yeah, so it's quite a plain look. It's got the Aldi barcode, you know, and it's just makes it very easy to be scanned. But I like the practicality. I actually quite like that. I think it obviously doesn't look great having a barcode like that, but I like the fact that it's, you know, if you're scanning this yourself or the checkouts are scanning it, it's just very easy to do. And we've all been there. We've tried to scan something and you're like this and trying to find it, and then when you do find it, it doesn't scan. I imagine that don't have self-checkouts in Aldi, at least where I am, but I imagine it'd be very easy to scan these. So I like that. I say it doesn't make the box look premium, but from a practical point of view, I actually quite like it. So there we go, White Chocolate Lovers Duo Egg. Now I've got the description again. Belgian white chocolate with caramel, feuilletine, and smoked. It's my French impression is terrible. I'm sorry about that for any French people watching or people who speak French. And smoked salt and Belgian white chocolate with blueberry flavoured fruit and sugar pieces and lemon flavouring. Wow. Don't think you even mentioned the lemon flavouring on the front, so there's even more to it than it has on that. Yeah, so, yeah, crikey. Yeah, Belgian white chocolate with blueberry flavoured fruit and sugar pieces and lemon flavouring. So there it just says, oh no, it does say lemon, doesn't it? There we go, yeah, okay, it does say it. Alright, so calorie-wise, so it says it contains approximately 12 servings, 400 grams, 542 calories, 31.2 grams of fat, 19.4 of which are saturated. So relatively, it's a bit higher than the middle part of the 500 to 550 the chocolate products tend to have from my experience and reviewing on this channel, but not too bad. Per serving, 25 grams, 136 calories, this is 112 pretty much, 136 calories, 7.8 grams of fat, 4.9 of which are saturates. So it's not quite a 12 because, you know, 290 doesn't divide perfectly into 25, but there we are. So it does have that feuilletine, whatever that is. Feuilletine, is it a V or a U? I think it's a U. 4.5%, whatever it is, as I say. Maybe I've done the character see what it is at some point, before, after, or now as well. So white chocolate with caramel, feuilletine, and smoked salt, 50%. White chocolate with caramel, 95%. That's one of the eggs. It does say smoked salt, 0.5% there. Then we've got the white chocolate with blueberry flavoured fruit and sugar pieces, and lemon flavouring, 50%. White chocolate, 93%. White chocolate cocoa solids, 25.5% minimum. Milk solids, 26.5% minimum. White chocolate with caramel, cocoa solids, 27.5% minimum. Milk solids, 32% minimum. So yeah, interesting. It's quite high milk solids there. So 290 gram box, as we kind of mentioned before. Suited for vegetarians, it says on the finger, there it is there. It says it there as well. And yeah, so very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Fair trade cocoa may be mixed with non-certified cocoa on a mass balance basis. So that's one of the things I always mention, where this concept of them being, what's the word, sustainably sourced and this, that and the other. You can see here you have this mass balance concept. So I'd always read up on what they mean by, sustainably sourced and this, that and the other, because they basically have little techniques like this. I'd always read up onto it. I did a video on it a while back as well. If I remember to do, hopefully I'll put that in, link in the top left corner or top right hand corner. Yeah, so an interesting one. But as I say, there's always little small prints. I would always look into it, and there's various ways that something can be labelled as sustainable or whatever. There's different ways of doing it. Your mass balance is just one of them. So yeah, interesting. Okay, I think the gist of it is, from what I remember, it's I think they basically, they buy so much of fair trade, and they mix it with what I assume from memory anyway is non-fair trade basically, but they've bought an amount of it. But either way. Okay, all right. Right, well, I think we need to give it an open. I don't think there's much more to say. Looks very interesting, looks very nice, very tasty, and very elegant. But yeah, let's give it an open. Let's do it. Right, to go, I'm going to give this Moser Roth White Chocolate Lovers Duo Egg. We can't quite fit it on the camera's a bit too well. Moser Roth, there we go. Yeah, White Chocolate Lovers Duo Egg, an open. Yeah, so it looks very elegant, doesn't it? Very nice looking egg. You can see the description there as well. Belgian white chocolate with lemon and blueberry crunch, paired with blonde chocolate with French fueltine and smoked salt. Yeah, I don't know. It's possibly like a caramel, I'm guessing, but I don't know. All right, yeah, so time recording. I've done about, what have I done? Just over 900 reviews actually, yeah. So if you like this this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And on the top right hand corner, I've got a link to a place of all my other reviews and some other related ones, such as perhaps other Easter reviews, things like this. Yeah, so once you've watched this, go check those out. Hopefully you enjoy those too. Okay, so we just cut the bit of the knife there, give it a bit of an open. See the top half there, just sticking through, looks a bit strange, isn't it? The tip of the iceberg, literally. Or the chopberg. Chopberg, yeah. So it smells very, well, creamy, salty, I guess, which is probably what you'd expect. I'm going to take the top off here if we can. Will it come off? I assume it will. Okay, take the top off. There we are. So we're basically getting two sort of claws of chocolate here. Feels very dry as well to touch actually. It looks like, there we go. So we do get, it looks like an ornament actually, doesn't it? It looks like a modern art ornament or a modern ornament. I'll take the bottom off as well. There we go. So it kind of reminds me of, I've got an ornament like this actually, I'll just show you. You kind of, so it's like I've got this sort of ornament here. Apologies if it's a bit dusty. It would go very much along with this, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Honest to God, yeah. So there we go. So just goes to show. I might do a photo of that. But interesting. But yeah. Okay, so here we are. So you can see they're not really, it was stylized to look a bit like an egg inside the box. I guess it does to an extent, doesn't it? It's not bad. It does look a bit like one of those air freshener type things you can get, doesn't it? But they're okay. I think it's okay. Yeah, they feel. See, there's like lots of polygonal shapes. I think you'd say, making them together. You can see they're all made like that, which is quite interesting as well. Overall, I do like the look of them. As I say, they're not. It's an egg. It is an egg shape like that. I think it works. Just about an egg shape, anyway. Yeah, interesting one. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I like the look of it. Doesn't really sit together properly. Can't stand it up. So you can't actually be an ornament like I was saying before. But there you go. Not bad. Not too bad. Okay, well, I don't know. Give a sort of slight height measurement if we can. Difficult to measure this properly. What we can do though. They're quite tall actually. They are quite tall. About 21 centimeters. As one of them was. Yeah, about 21 centimeters, pretty much, give or take a millimeter. Not bad at all. Weight for them is a bit, difficult to measure perfectly. Let's see how we can do. Because obviously there's a bit difficult to measure the width, but we'll give it a go. It's not difficult, but it's well, it is difficult. It's look a bit like a courgette almost, don't they? So it's a bit of a strange one. They feel a bit odd as well. They don't feel chocolate either. I can manipulate this, and it's not melting or anything. It feels a bit. Don't know. Doesn't feel very chocolatey really. Not sure what to make of that. But width at this part about 5.9 centimeters. Width in the middle here about 4.6. Okay, yeah, it can depend really though. Yeah, and we'll just do a brief one for this one as well. We'll see. I don't know whether the quality will be quite there with these, but 6.7. About 3.3. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm not too sure. As I say, how really to go into these. I guess we just got to give them a break, which is going to be a shame because they do look very nice. But I guess we got to do it. But they do sort of, let's say, hold together quite well. Yeah, there we go. So I guess you know, they do feel quite good. But as I say, there's no, I can manipulate them like this. It's not really melting in my hands or anything like that. All right, let's say I do quite like the style of them. I like the way there's lots of little triangles. It makes it look very modern. Yeah, I do quite like that. Yeah. It does look very modern, as I say. But weird as well to hold. They're very weird. Say very weird. It feels like courgettes almost, you know, but obviously hollow. But yeah. All right, let's give one a bit of a snap. Okay, well, it's just collapsed a bit there. All right, because it's very thin chocolate. Well, thick in some places actually, quite thick there. Like your typical Easter egg, I guess, but quite thick in places, but quite thin here. Let's give this one a bit of a snap as well. So again, quite thick in places, yeah, but quite thin in others as well. You know. Nice fruity smell coming from this one, that has to be said. Yeah, for instance here they're quite thick, about 1.2 centimeters there, it's not bad. Then in other places very thin, 2 millimeters, if that really. Yeah. So, okay, and you have one, well, quite thick there. Okay, yeah, it is quite thick there actually. About 1.2 centimeters there, but again, probably about the 2 millimeters there as well. Yeah. All right, well, I think we should give these a taste. Look very nice. I say this one smells very good. It does smell quite fruity. Yeah. This one doesn't smell very nice at all, actually. No, it doesn't. It's almost like an instrument as well. Bit like a horn. Yeah, this one not so much. But this one. Yeah, okay. With my weird noises. But yeah, all right. That's this one doesn't smell. It really doesn't smell very nice. This one. It smells caramelly, I guess, but it's got like a stale smell to it as well. I don't know. Something not doesn't smell that great, that one. But only when you put your nose right up to it do you smell that. But it does have a bit of a caramel smell, but also something else. I don't know. But all right, well, let's lift myself up. Give these a taste. So let's do it. Well, I've got the box here, but I have to take my word for it. It's the white chocolate lovers duo egg we're about to taste. See the reflection there. But yes, you know, we've got them down here. There we go. Half. It's like two products really in one, to be honest with you. So we've got the sort of the caramel half and the fruity white chocolate half. I'd say the descriptions are, yeah, Belgian white chocolate with a lemon and blueberry crunch paired with blonde chocolate with French feuilletine and smoked salt. I assume that's caramel. Feuilletine, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's taste the white chocolate one first. It can be quite thick in places. It does remind me a bit of some of the Moser Roth chocolates we've had in the past. Let's try this sort of thick one here. So let's give it a go. Let's do it. Not bad, you know. Reasonably nice white chocolate. Yeah. Nice fruity flavour to it. Lemon and blueberry. Yeah, nice. You do get quite a zesty, lemony flavour from it. A bit of fruit as well, from fruity taste from the blueberry, presumably. Yeah. A bit of crunch as well. It's actually quite nice. The white chocolate's quite subtle. It's doesn't so far catch in my throat. It's quite a nice taste actually. That. That's a nice crunch from the sort of the fruity, dry fruity peel. What does it say? Dry fruit. Yeah, it says fruit and sugar pieces and lemon flavouring. Okay. Get a nice crunchy bit from that anyway. Yeah, there's sort of sugary pieces. It's quite nice. A good texture from it. I say the white chocolate's nice as well. That's actually pretty good. You know, it's not perhaps going to blow your socks off, but it's a nice white chocolate. Nice crunch, and it tastes quite fruity and say quite sort of zesty. I like that. It's nice. Okay, let's try this blonde chocolate one then with this Fouvaltine or whatever it's called. And what was the salt? Smoked salt as well. Smoked salt. Never heard of that before. Let's give it a go. Oh wow. It's very crunchy. You get like lots of micro crunch in there. I think what they call the micro. It's almost like it's sort of like got a sugary consistency actually. Yeah. What do they call them? I had a name for them before now. I can't think what I called them. Little sort of micro pieces, I guess. It's actually very nice as well. This one. I said the chocolate's quite. It's a nice blonde chocolate. So I think it doesn't smell great. It's not too bad actually. You get little bits like this, but when you smell the whole thing like this, it has a bit of a not a great smell to it. But only when you get really up close, you wouldn't normally do that really. It's actually very nice, yeah. It's like got sort of almost like the sort of like the. It's got really sort of small. I guess it's either sugar or salt pieces that are like almost like grains of dust almost in it. So mine is so small. Wow. That smell I could smell before. Seems to be there in the taste a bit, but it's a bit of an odd one. It's like a woody smell almost, a woody taste. Bit of a weird one. Not sure what to make of that. I guess it's probably the smoked taste actually. It's probably the smoke. I kind of wish it wasn't there. I think it'd be better if it wasn't there. It seems to add like as I say, a weird staleness to it almost. I think it tastes a bit stale as a result of it. It smells a bit stale as well, but nonetheless, it's still really nice. I say that crunchiness really good. There's little particles of salt in there. They're actually very nice. It comes across as quite dry. That's what I would say. So you can manipulate. You can handle this in your hand, and it doesn't melt or anything. Wow. It's a nice blonde chocolate that, and the salt's quite subtle as well. Not overly salty, but the crunch is there. I think for me, if it wasn't smoked, I think that also gives it that sort of weird smell, that stale smell. And the white chocolate one's very nice as well. So the white chocolate's not too sickly or anything like that, which white chocolate can be, and it doesn't catch in my throat. It's a nice white chocolate. It's quite fruity, quite zesty. This is very, very nice product. This, I think it's good as well because I can imagine you buying it for if you're a couple, you've got half and half each or whatever. You can share it, of course. I think the concept is pretty good. I mean, it looks really nice. It's really modern looking. It's just a really nice concept, and it comes across really well actually. Yeah, I think the shell's pretty thick in places. It doesn't feel too cheap. I mean, it feels quite modern in a way. I think the box doesn't look anything too great, but then I think that's fair enough. But I like the way it's recyclable. I like the way they've got the front on it, and it's still recyclable. I think this is a really good product actually. So the only reservation perhaps in this one where it just tastes a bit, the salt, the sort of smokiness to the salt maybe makes it taste a bit stale in places. It does give a bit of a funny smell, when you really, But yeah, I know it does act a bit like a horn as well. There you go. Yes. But I think this is a very good product actually. The two flavours really complement each other well, and they're distinct enough as well. It's nice to get such two different flavours, and they both taste good. And you can see the thickness of the shell there in places, and you've got this sort of thickness here, sort of going all the way down it. You can see that there. Yeah, and it works to be how you can handle it as well. It doesn't melt in the hands really, so we get a bit of a texture in my hands, a bit of a residue or whatever. It's not that bad at all. No, it's really, really good, these ones. you know, I say my only thing about it is possibly in the salty one. I say the fact is the smokiness gives it a bit of a stale smell and taste, but only it's very minor, and you know, it's interesting that it's like got a smoked salt taste. You know, it's got smoked salt in it. It's interesting. But I like those micro crunches as well. Just give it, you know, this has just got a crunch all the way through it. It just works really well, and you can see a nice little pattern to it as well. I guess they're salty pieces, but I said it's all the way through it. There's just little grains of salt, but it's not overly salty. It's really tempered pretty well. It's a nice sort of blonde chocolate and the salted caramel taste as well. It's really good. And this one, just nice fruitiness to it, nice zestiness to it. The white chocolate, as I say, isn't too sickly. It doesn't catch in your throat. Nice crunch to it when you get the crunchy pieces. Nice fruity flavour to it as well. There's actually more crunch in this one, perhaps because of the fact that all the salt is all the way through it, and it just has every single part of it has a crunch in, but it's very micro crunch, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's a word I've used before, but sounds good enough. Yeah. I'm just trying to get a bit of a specific fruity bit in. Yeah. The fruity bits are kind of candied pieces that kind of melt away in the mouth a bit. So, not massively crunchy, but nonetheless a crunch. It's still nice. Yeah. I think this is really good, this. I really like it. I think it's just a really good... There you go, a bit of a crunchy bit. Let's try that. Also, kind of the candy pieces sort of melt in the mouth to an extent, like sugar candy pieces, I guess. Yeah, so they do give a bit of a crunch, but they melt away. You know, it's not like sort of like a Smartie sort of type candied sugar shell crunch, like they melt in the mouth almost, but give a bit of a crunch as they do so. Really good product, this, actually. Really good product. Really impressed. I think the two different flavours are different, yet complement each other. I think it's great that you could share this with, you know, a partner or something. So have sort of one bit each, or break it into bits each. I think it's just really well thought out, really interesting. A great product, really. And I said there was others in the range as well, and I wish I'd got the others. I might see if I can get them, actually. I think they probably would have sold out by now, but I might try and get them. Yeah, really good. I think it's a 5 out of 5 for this, for sure. It's just a great product. It's a really great product. Not too expensive either. I'd say really, you know, good price for it. It's about £5, which is really good for an egg. You know, this, it's not really an egg, but you know what I mean. You know, if this was like a Hotel Chocolat one or something else, I mean, even the Cadbury ones these days are like £10 plus. It's just a really good value, good quality, amazingly flavoured, wonderfully textured egg. It looks really modern. It's not really an egg, I guess, but you know, whatever it is, an Easter product. It's labelled as an egg, of course, but you know. But yeah, really impressed with it. Really impressed. 5 out of 5. A great quality product, actually. Really interesting. Nice flavours, and just comes. It's just really good. I can't really fault it. Yeah, so the only minor thing might be the smoke sort of taste, or you know, smell to the salty parts in there, to the salt grains in this one, but yeah, it's really minor, that. And as I say, it's only when you smell it sort of like in that, which you wouldn't normally do, because as I say, the aroma is all concentrated in there. It's only when you really get close to do that, and as you taste it, you kind of get a bit of a stale taste. I say stale, it's like smoked, I guess, but it's very minor. It's really minor, you know. I'm making that sound worse than it is, really. You know, it's only if you're really looking for it. You know what I mean? And I love all those mini grains of salt in there. It just gives every single bit a crunch. Micro granules, I guess you'd say. I don't know what I called them before, but micro crunch, micro granules. It's really nice, yeah. Yeah, really recommended. 5 out of 5. And as I said, there's others in the range as well. I don't doubt that they'll be just as good, but you know, at least, you know, in their own way. Anyway, so I'd like to try and review those, but definitely check those out as well. So there's 2 or 3. Well, I think there's 2 other types at least. So yeah, so milk chocolates and dark chocolates, things like this. Really good. 5 out of 5. Very impressed. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. It's a great way to support the channel. Really is. Link for that's in the description. As is the link for the Discord server, which is a great way to keep in touch with myself and be part of the community. I say leave a like as well. Always great to hear from you also, so leave a comment or free, and I will always do my best to reply. Have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.